पुत्रा वयं शृण्वन्तु अमृतस्य पुत्रा वयं शृण्वन्तु.
All right, today is almost, we have reached almost the end of this web series. The last but one day today, where we are going to learn the last 9 mantras, starting from 100th mantra to 108th mantra. But before we start that, and before I invite Swamiji, I have 2 announcements to make. I'm sure you'll all be watching the YouTube channel. Please watch that and please comment. Please send in your comments, like how it was beneficial, what did you learn, and stuff like that. Please. Thank you very much. And with that, may I please invite Mokshamrita Swamiji to enlighten us further towards the end of this Amma Sashtottara Shatanamavali. Thank you, Swamiji.
Let's start today's session. Om Amriteshwaryai Namah. Om Amriteshwaryai Namah. Om Amriteshwaryai Namah. My salutations at the lotus feet of our most beloved Amma, and my namaskaram to all of you. Today we will be going through the last 9 mantras of Amma's Ashtottara Shatanamavali, starting from 100 to 108. The 100th mantra, mantra number 100. Om, Om, nijapuṇya, 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 pradānānya, pradānānya, pāpādāna, pāpādāna-cikīrṣave, cikīrṣave, namaḥ, namaḥ. Om, nijapuṇya, pradānānya, pāpādāna-cikīrṣave, namaḥ. Now let's go through the meaning one by one. So here, the very first word, nijapuṇya. This is a combination of 2, nija and punya. Nija means own, one's own. Punya. Punya means merits. When we do good actions, we accrue good merits. This is the basic Sanatana Dharma concept. When you do good actions, you acquire good merits. Okay, these are merits which get accrued into your spiritual bank account when you do good actions. Nija punya. Punya. Punya is merit. Then pradāna. Pradāna. Pradāna means to give. Giving. Giving. Pradāna. Anya. Anya. Anya means other. Other person or other object. In this context, other person. Papa. Papa is opposite of punya. Demerits. Demerits. Papa. Punya and papa are opposite. When you do bad actions, bad karma, that is papa. Papa means demerit or sin, you can say, sin. Due to bad actions or wrong actions. Adana. So it's a combination of papa and adana. Adana. Adana means to accept. To accept or take. It is opposite of pradāna. We just did pradāna. Pradāna means to give. Adana means to take. Adana. Cikīrṣave. Cikīrṣave comes from cikīrṣu, which means somebody who's wishing to do an act or action. Wishing to or desiring to. Desirous of or desirous. Wishing to. All right. Now let us look at the whole meaning and how these meanings fit into the overall meaning. Salutations to her who is happy. Happy. So happy has come from that cikīrṣave. Because Amma is always wishing to. So she feels happy in what? In exchanging. Exchanging. her own merits with the demerit of others. Her own merits, nijapuṇya, own merits, her own merits, nijapuṇya, with the demerit of others. Anya, anya and papa. So here we are completely ignoring the fact that these dashes are put in wrong places technically, but as I keep saying, these dashes are only meant for pronunciation. But actually here when we say demerit of others, it is anya papa, demerits of others. Exchanging comes from these two words, pradana and adana. Pradana means to give, adana means to take. So that exchange, give and take, right? हिंदी अपना पुण्य देकर, निज पुण्य देकर, देकर कहां से आया? प्रदान से, प्रदान। बदले में दूसरों का पाप, अन्य पाप आदान, दूसरों का पाप ग्रहण करने की, ग्रहण करना कहां से आया? आदान से। ग्रहण करने की इच्छा रखती अम्मा, इच्छा रखती चिकीर्षवे, जो इच्छा रखती है। इन हिंदी इट इज मच मोर क्लियर, इच्छा रखती है जो, उस अम्मा को नमस्कार है। Salutations to her who is happy in exchanging her own merits with the demerit of others. See how compassionate is Amma. This mantra shows the compassion of a Mahatma, that Mahatma is willing to exchange all the punyas that Mahatma may have, even though an avatar like Amma is beyond any punya and papa, beyond any merit or demerit. But still, that emotion, that bhava of the mantra is that whatever good she has, it does not mean only merit and demerit. It does not only mean punya that Amma has done. What it means is, the bhavartha is that whatever good Amma has, she gives it to her children. She is ready to exchange whatever good she has. She is ready to exchange that with whatever bad others have. In fact, we don't have anything to give Amma or to offer to Amma or a Mahatma or God. Whatever we have is of a lower class or lower degree than whatever Mahatma already has. But even then, Mahatmas are always willing to offer whatever good, whatever best they have to us, so that it can benefit us. Otherwise, even if talking about it in a very word meaning, even if we talk about the word meaning, nobody will exchange their own merits. Why should they? They did all the good actions. They gained the punya or the good merits. Why should they give it to somebody else? Nobody will give. Everybody is selfish that way. There is a beautiful story of one dacoit. His name was Ratnakara. He used to kill people, rob people. And later, it so happened that once he met Narada Maharishi, the sage Narada. And Narada asked him, whatever papa, whatever bad actions you are doing, see, nobody will share it with you. You will have to suffer because of that later. He said, no, I'm sure my family will share it with me. After all, I am doing all this for them. I'm not doing it for my own self. So even if I am accruing any demerits or papa, I'm sure my family will, share it with me. So Narada said, okay, why don't you go home and ask your wife and everybody else, and then come back. I'll wait for you. He goes back and he asks his wife and everybody. And to his surprise, wife says, no, I'm sorry. I can't share your demerits, your papa. I did not ask you to go and rob people. You are the head of the family. You are my husband. So I just worry about what I have to do with whatever you bring. Now, how you bring it is not my headache. You have to decide what you have to do. So this was an eye-opener for the dacoit, the Ratnakara, and he comes back and falls at the feet of Narada Maharishi. He understands that what he was doing was wrong. And then later, the legend says that the same dacoit, Ratnakara, became the sage Valmiki. The sage Valmiki, the great Valmiki, who wrote the great epic of Ramayana. Okay. Anyway, the purpose I told you that story, the whole purpose was to make it clear through that anecdote that nobody in this world will do what a Mahatma like Amma is doing. They are ready to offer their merits, they are ready to offer whatever good they have for us. और कोई जगत में ऐसा नहीं है जो अब हमारे पाप ले ले और अपना पुण्य हमें दे दे. लेकिन अम्मा जैसे महात्मा वो ये करने के लिए हमेशा तत्पर रहते हैं, हमेशा तत्पर रहते हैं. That is the greatness of a Mahatma. Let's listen to the mantra with the Shruti. Om nijapuṇya-pradānānya-pāpādāna-cikīrṣave namaḥ. Om nijapuṇya-pradānānya-pāpādāna-cikīrṣave namaḥ. Om nijapuṇya-pradānānya-pāpādāna-cikīrṣave namaḥ. All right, next mantra. This mantra is also same continuation of the previous one, almost on the same lines. Om, Om, parasvaryāpana-svīya, naraka-prāpti-lipsave, namaḥ, namaḥ. Om parasvaryāpana-svīya, naraka-prāpti-lipsave, namaḥ. Let's look at the meaning one by one. Parasvaryāpana. So there you have three different words. Para, swar, and yapana. Para, swar, and yapana. Para means other, or different, or other. Swar, it is swar, not swara, not swara. Swara is different. That is, we used in music and sound. This is swar. Swar. Swar is, in this context, it is meaning heaven or paradise, or swarga, swargaloka, or heaven. Yapana, yapana. Yapana here means becoming the cause to go somewhere, becoming the cause to go somewhere. It can also mean to stay somewhere. So depending on the context. Sviya, Sviya means own, own, one's own, O-W-N. Naraka, naraka, naraka means hell, hell. Naraka means hell. It is a opposite of swar. Swar means heaven. Now you may be thinking, where is swar? Here in English it is very clear, S-V-A-R. But in Devanagari it is half sa, then va, and ref here. Swar. On top of the line, you see that curve, that is that R. Swar. So swar is heaven, naraka is hell. Naraka. Swar matlab swarg. Prapti. Prapti means attaining, to attain. Prapti. Lipsave. Lipsave. Lipsave comes from lipsu, which means, again, same as previous mantra we had, cikīrṣave, if you remember. Cikīrṣave, the previous mantra, similar meaning. Lipsave also means desirous, wishing, one who wishes for something. किसी चीज की इच्छा रखने वाला. Lipsave, lipsu. So what is the meaning now? Let's look at the meaning. Salutations to her who is happy. Again, that happy has come from lipsave. Happy or desirous, or one who wishes. What is she happy in? Exchanging heaven with hell for the relief of others. Exchanging heaven, swar, heaven, with hell, naraka, for the relief of others. Para, para. Exchanging heaven. दूसरों को स्वर्ग में भेजकर, दूसरों को para, स्वर्ग में, स्वर, भेजकर, यापना. That meaning is captured in Hindi, not in English. Yapana, to send. Amma is ready to send somebody to heaven. स्वयं नरक में जाने को, स्वीय नरक प्राप्ति तैयार रहती अम्मा. लिप्सवे नमः को नमस्कार. Means Amma is ready, wishing, desiring to even go to hell so that others can go to heaven. Again, remember here, this is the word meaning. The bhavartha is, the intended meaning is, Amma is ready to suffer. Amma is ready to go through suffering in order to provide solace, in order to provide happiness to others. इसका भावार्थ क्या है कि अम्मा हमेशा तत्पर रहती हैं कि स्वयं कितने भी उनको कष्ट उठाने पड़े, स्वयं उनको कितनी भी यातनाएं झेलनी पड़े, लेकिन दूसरों के लिए, दूसरों की भलाई के लिए, दूसरों की खुशी के लिए, दूसरों का दिल रखने के लिए अम्मा स्वयं बड़े से बड़ा कष्ट अनुभव करने को तत्पर रहती हैं. And we are literally seeing this day in and day out. When Amma gives darshan, sitting for 20-22 hours without worrying about her physical comforts, not taking any tea break or bathroom breaks, it is not a joke. And nobody in the entire history of mankind would have done what Amma is doing. She's going through all these difficulties, all these troubles, so that even if for 5 seconds or 10 seconds, whosoever is coming to her, if they can get an iota of happiness, even a little bit of solace, she is ready to suffer. That is the deeper meaning of it. That is how we have to understand. Because Amma is beyond any heaven or hell. Amma is established in that supreme Atman, supreme absolute Sat-Chit-Ananda. She is the Purna Brahma herself. Purna Brahma Swarupini. Remember the first mantra and the second mantra. Purna Brahma Swarupinne Namah. Satchidananda Murtaye Namah. She is beyond the heaven and hell. But the intended meaning of this is that as her incarnation on this earth has taken place, she is willingly taking on so much trouble. Even our prarabdha is a trouble for her in one way, but she is willing to accept it and then give us swarga. And we can literally feel when we are around Amma, we forget all our troubles and anxieties and everything. Life takes a 180-degree shift. You really feel like you are in a heaven. So she creates that heaven for us, even though she is going through a lot of troubles. हम ये देख रहे हैं हर दिन कैसे अम्मा अपने आसपास एक स्वर्ग की रचना करती हैं हमारे लिए. स्वयं वो बहुत सी कष्ट झेलती हैं, लेकिन हमारे लिए वो एक स्वर्ग की रचना करती है. That is the meaning of this mantra. Now let's listen to the mantra with the Shruti. Om parasvaryāpana-svīya naraka-prāpti-lipsave namah. ॐ परस्वरयापन-स्वीय नरक-प्राप्ति-लिप्सवे नमः। ॐ परस्वरयापन-स्वीय नरक-प्राप्ति-लिप्सवे नमः। All right, next mantra, mantra number 102. Om, Om, Rathotsava, Rathotsava, Chalat, Chalat, Kanyakumari, Kanyakumari, Martya, Martya, Murtaye, Murtaye, Namah, Namah. Om Rathotsav Chalat Kanyakumari Martya Murtaye Namah. Let's look at the meaning one by one. Rathotsava. Rathotsava is a combination of Ratha and Utsava. Ratha and Utsava. When they combine, they become Rathotsava. Rathotsava in English you will say chariot festival. Chariot festival. So in India, there is this tradition of taking the temple deity on a huge chariot. So this tradition is in many, many temples. So Kanyakumari is the name of the Devi, Divine Mother. In southern India, they call her with the name Kanyakumari in one of the places. And it's famous everywhere in India. And every year they take out the deity on a chariot, and then thousands and lakhs of people gather there. They pull the chariot with a lot of devotion and they sing, pour out their devotion to the goddess. A similar tradition is followed in many temples like Jagannath Puri and many other places. So Rathotsava, chariot festival, chariot festival. Chalat, chalat means going or moving. Kanyakumari, Kanyakumari, it's combination of two words actually. Kanya means girl, a young girl. Kanyakumari, Kumari means adolescent, adolescent girl, very young girl. So that is that form of Devi which is worshipped, Kanyakumari, unmarried, adolescent girl, Devi Kanyakumari. So she is the manifestation of the Hindu goddess. Some traditions in Hinduism say that she is Parvati. Some other traditions like Shakta tradition, they say Kanyakumari is Bhadrakali. Some call her Shri Bala. Some call her Devi Kumari. So different names are given. And there is a legend that she killed one Asura, one demon called Banasura. And after that, she took her original form of Parvati, Mother Parvati, and reunited with the Lord Shiva. That's one legend. Her temple in a place in South India, place is also called Kanyakumari now. It's called Bhagavati Kumari Amman Temple. Bhagavati Kumari Amman Temple. It is one of the 52 Shakti Pithas. There are 52 Shakti Pithas where it is said that the remains of Sati, Sati had fallen. There's a huge story. I won't go into the story. So Lord Shiva was carrying that corpse of Sati, and then it fell in many places. 52 places it fell, and every place it fell, that became like a divine spot. And it is believed that Kanyakumari is the Shakti Pitha, the divine place where the back spine area of the Sati Mata had fell. The back spine area. So it is considered to be the presence of the Kundalini Shakti of Divine Mother. In Mahabharata also, it makes a reference to Kanyakumari. I think somewhere in 85th chapter of Mahabharata, if I'm not wrong, Aranya Parva, I think. So anyway, so Rathotsav Chalat Kanyakumari, okay. Martya, Martya means different meanings, different context. Here it means the body. Here it will mean the body. That which is mortal, the body. Murtaye. Murtaye means form or idol or manifestation. Right? So what is the meaning? Salutations to her who is Kanyakumari, the goddess of Cape Comorin. I don't remember who gave it that name, but it is the same place which is now called Kanyakumari. So mantra says, salutations to her who is Kanyakumari in human form. Human form. Martya. Murtaye, form. Human body form. In a form of human body, in human form. As on the occasion of chariot festival. As on the occasion of chariot festival. What does that mean? Now that is the beauty of the poet, the way he has put these words very, very beautifully, expressing so many things by using very minimal words. बहुत अच्छे तरीके से यहाँ पे मंत्रकार ने, कवि ने उसकी तुलना रथोत्सव से की है कि रथोत्सव में विराजमान कन्याकुमारी की मानव मूर्ति, मानव क्यों? मर्त्य, मर्त्य मतलब शरीर, मानव शरीर, मूर्ति, मूर्तये, रूप अम्मा को नमस्कार. अब रथोत्सव का क्या कारण है? क्यों बोला रथोत्सव में विराजमान? The reason Rathotsava is mentioned here is, see, usually if you have seen this Rathotsava, I told you, it's a festival where chariot is there and then there are thousands and lakhs of people pulling it and all around it. And there is a festive atmosphere. पूरा एक त्योहार, एक उत्सव मन रहा होता है और सब लोग रथ को खींच रहे होते हैं भक्ति के भाव से. Isn't it the same kind of atmosphere that Amma creates around her? Just think. क्या ये सच नहीं है कि अम्मा के आसपास भी ऐसा ही वातावरण बना रहता है? Just like in the chariot festival, the goddess is in the middle and everybody is pulling the chariot. And all of us are also pulling Amma with our love, with our devotion. Also, around Amma, there is always a festive atmosphere. It's like a celebration. So there is a utsava, there is a celebration. So Rathotsava. So when Amma moves, it is like that Ratha, that chariot of Divine Mother. That Devi, Kanyakumari, moving in the chariot like a small young girl. Even now Amma looks like a young girl actually. Just like Kanyakumari. Unmarried, adolescent girl. Beautiful, divine, filled with love. So when she is walking, she is like that chariot. And we around her are like those devotees who take part in that celebration. उस उत्सव में जो भाग ले रहे होते हैं, वैसे ही हम लोग, और जो अम्मा जब आती हैं, बीच में बैठती हैं, दर्शन देती हैं, चलती हैं हमारे बीच, तो जैसे कन्याकुमारी का विग्रह, उस देवी का विग्रह साक्षात हमारे बीच है. So that is the bhava which the poet has tried to capture. उस भाव के साथ ये मंत्र लिखा गया है. And one more interesting thing, see what happens around the chariot. When the devotees pull the chariot, they think that they are pulling the chariot, right? But actually it is the divine grace which is moving the chariot. We feel that maybe some of us are doing some projects for Amma or doing some seva, and sometimes we get very egoistic, thinking that we are pulling the strings, we are doing things, but actually it is a divine will. It is a Devi herself doing it. Yeah? And she is enjoying that. Our ignorance also. Our knowledge also, our ignorance also. So Rathotsava, that festive atmosphere around that Divine Mother, this is literally being done with Amma in this form, in this human incarnation today. That Rathotsava is happening in real human form. It is no more an idol. It is no more a Murti, lifeless Murti. It is the Devi herself as Amma amongst us. Okay. Let's listen to the mantra 3 times with Shruti. Om Rathot सव-चलत कन्या कुमारी मर्त्यमूर्तये नमः. Om Rathot सव-चलत कन्या कुमारी मर्त्यमूर्तये नमः. Om Rathot सव-चलत कन्या कुमारी मर्त्यमूर्तये नमः. Okay, next mantra 103. Om Vimoharnava. Vimoharnava. This is a retroflex-n. Vimoharnava. Nirmagna. 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 Bhrugukshetro. Bhrugukshetro. We have done this earlier also, at least I think 2-3 times. Same thing. Bhrugukshetro. Cikīrṣave. Cikīrṣave namaḥ. Actually, it is not Cikīrṣave. The way they have separated it here is like that. But actually, it is not. That is not how it's. The word is. I will tell you how it is. So, Cikīrṣave namaḥ. Cikīrṣave namaḥ. Om Vimoharnava Nirmagna Bhrugukshetro Cikīrṣave namaḥ. Now let's come to the meaning one by one. Vimoha. The first word is Vimoha and Arnava. 2 words. Vimoha and Arnava. Vimoha means delusion. Delusion. Ignorance. Delusion. Vimoha. Arnava. Arnava means, in this context, means ocean. Sagara. Arnava. Sagara. Ocean. Actually, this whole thing is one samasa. I have told you this many times. I'm just repeating it. What we are doing, this, separating it dash, dash, dash is not actually the right thing. It is one single padam, one samasa padam, one compound word. Vimoharnava nirmagna bhrugukshetro cikīrṣave namaḥ. Okay. Then, Nirmagna means to sink or to be immersed. डूबना, किसी चीज में डूबना. निर्मग्न, डूबा हुआ. निर्मग्न, किसी चीज में डूबा हुआ. भृगुक्षेत्रो. निर्मग्न क्लियर हो गया. निर्मग्न मतलब डूबा हुआ. भृगुक्षेत्रो. भृगुक्षेत्र is the same thing. Kerala. Today's whatever we call as Kerala, that Malabar region, that name is Bhrugukshetra. We have seen this earlier, so I'm not going to go into detail of it. You can watch the earlier or listen to the earlier mantras. This has been explained in detail. Bhrugukshetra. Now the word which is actually here is Ujjihirshu. Ujjihirshu, which becomes Ujjihirsave. So that U is not seen here because when Bhrugukshetra and Ujjihirshu, Bhrugukshetra and Ujjihirshu, it's actually Bhrugukshetra ending with TRA and Ujjihirshava starting with UJJ. So when they combine, the A and U combine to become O. So here also O in Devanagari. So it becomes Bhrugukshetro Cikīrṣave. Actually, the word is Ujjihirsave. Ujjihirsha. Ujjihirsha. Ujjihirsha means wishing to take or wishing to uplift. Wishing to take up or pull up or uplift. Okay. Now, let's look at the meaning, overall meaning. Salutations to her who is anxious to uplift. Anxious to uplift. Ujjihirsha. Ujjihirsha. The land of Kerala, Bhrugukshetra. Bhrugukshetra, the land of Kerala, which is immersed, nirmagna, immersed, nirmagna, in the ocean of ignorance. Arnava is ocean, vimoha is ignorance. So, ocean of ignorance. अज्ञान सागर में विमोहार्णव, सागर मतलब अर्णवा, अर्णवा का अर्थ है सागर. अज्ञान सागर में डूबे परशुराम क्षेत्र, भृगु क्षेत्र का उद्धार चाहती, उज्जीर्षा, उद्धार चाहती अम्मा को नमस्कार. Now I have explained this earlier also. There were other mantras where it says that, Amma has uplifted or saved the land of Kerala from adharma. So here also similar bhava, that the land of Kerala, which once was a place of great spiritual strength for the entire Bharata, which once had a very, very strong and powerful spiritual tradition, later, because of various factors, some related to the invasions by foreign invaders, some related to bad practices in the society, various reasons, it went through a downfall. It went through a very troubling period. Somewhere in one of his books, Swami Vivekananda mentions, I think one of his 8 volumes, he mentions that when he visited Kerala during his times, he felt that Kerala was a lunatic place. The condition had become so bad at that time. It was like a lunatic place. That may not be the exact word, but meaning is something like that. So the mantra says that the whole reason why Amma is here is in this incarnation is because she is anxious to uplift this Kshetra, Bhrigu Kshetra, the land of Kerala, which is immersed in ocean of ignorance. And even now we can see Kerala, there is a lot of materialism. Once a place of Shankaracharya, Adi Shankaracharya, once a place of Parashurama, is deeply engrossed in materialism now. And if not for Mahatmas like Amma who have taken birth in this land, the condition would have been even worse. So, namaskar, salutations to that Amma who's anxious to uplift the land of Kerala so that it can regain its own glory. पुनः पहले की तरह, जब जैसे आदि शंकराचार्य थे, जब परशुराम थे, तब जैसा था, उसी प्रकार उस सनातन परंपरा को पुनः स्थापित करने के लिए अम्मा ने यहां जन्म लिया. तो ऐसी अम्मा को नमस्कार. लेट्स लिसन टू द मंत्रा विद श्रुति. ओम विमोहार्णव निर्मग्न भृगु क्षेत्रोजिहीर्षवे नमः. ओम विमोहार्णव निर्मग्न भृगु क्षेत्रोजिहीर्षवे नमः. ओम विमोहार्णव निर्मग्न भृगु क्षेत्रोजिहीर्षवे नमः. Okay. Mantra number 104. Om Punasantanita Dvaipayana Satkula Tantave Namah. Om Punasantanita Dvaipayana Satkula Tantave Namah. What does it mean? Punah. First is Punah. Punah means again. Punah means again. Santanita. Punah Santanita. Santanita means to continue the race, to continue that tradition. Dvaipayana, Krishna Dvaipayana was the name of Vyasa Maharishi. So that is being referred here. Dvaipayana, Krishna Dvaipayana, whom we refer to as Vyasa, who wrote Mahabharata, for example. He's also supposed to be the compiler of Vedas and Puranas. Krishna Dvaipayana. So in short, he is named as Vyasa Maharishi. So that one is being mentioned here. Dvaipayana. Satkula means good or noble family or race or tradition. Satkula. Tantave. Tantu comes from tantu. Tantu means like a thread or a string or a cord. एक धागा या एक तार की तरह, एक धागे की तरह. तंतु. अच्छा कुल. Satkula. So what is the meaning? Let's look at the whole meaning, how it comes. Salutations to her who has extended the great lineage of sage Vedavyasa. Sage Vedavyasa is Dvaipayana. So Punah, that meaning has not come here. That we can add. Who has again, Punah, extended the great lineage. Punah Santanita. The great lineage. Great comes from Satkula. Extended. Tantave. Like a thread extends the cloth, a piece of cloth. Like that, Amma has extended that great lineage of sage Vedavyasa. Vedavyas के श्रेष्ठ कुल, सत्कुल में जन्म लेकर उस कुल तंतु को, कुल तंतु means that thread of that tradition, the continuity of that tradition, that is mentioned by kulatantu, सत्कुलतंतु. ये समास जब बनता है तो वैसे उसकी प्रक्रिया है. सत्कुलतंतु. तो उस कुलतंतु, उस ग्रेट ट्रेडिशन को अखंडित रखती अम्मा को नमस्कार. To keep that lineage without break, to that Amma we bow down. Gross form it can also be taken. If you take the gross meaning, Amma is born in the community of fishermen, and sage Vedavyasa was also born in the community of fishermen. So that way also you can connect. But a deeper perspective, a subtle perspective, सूक्ष्म रूप से, केवल ऐसा नहीं है कि स्थूल रूप से एक मछुआरे परिवार में जैसे वेदव्यास जी ने जन्म लिया था वैसे अम्मा ने भी जन्म लिया, वो भी एक अर्थ है. लेकिन सूक्ष्म रूप से, in subtle way, it is to uphold that Sanatana Dharma, that tradition. उसका सूक्ष्म अर्थ ये है कि जो सनातन धर्म की जो परंपरा है उसको अखंडित रखने में जो अम्मा का योगदान है उसके लिए अम्मा को नमस्कार है. Let's listen to the mantra with the Shruti. Om Punasantaniत Dvaipayana Satkula Tantave Namah. Om Punasantaniत Dvaipayana Satkula Tantave Namah. Om Punasantaniत Dvaipayana Satkula Tantave Namah. Mantra number 105. This is very easy. We'll go one by one. Om, Om, Veda, Veda, Shastra, Shastra, Puranetihasa, Puranetihasa, Shashvata, Shashvata, Bandhave, Bandhave, Namah, Namah. Om, Veda, Shastra, Puranetihasa, Shashvata, Bandhave, Namah. What does it mean? Veda. we all know what Veda means. The holy scriptures of Sanatana Dharma. There are 4 Vedas, main Vedas. Shastra. Shastra means all scriptures. Veda, Purana, Itihasa. All Shastras. Purana. Purana is various sacred poetical works. And many of them were composed by poet Vyasa himself. So they are a major portion of Sanatana Dharma. You can say like a legends, Purana, in the form of stories. Itihasa, Purana Itihasa. It's 2 words, Purana and Itihasa. Itihasa means history, or the traditional accounts of the previous events in the form of history. So Ramayana and Mahabharata, they are itihasas. Then Shashwata. Shashwata means eternal, constant, perpetual. Shashwata. Bandhave comes from bandhu. Bandhu can mean friend. Bandhu can mean a relative. Bandhu can mean a brother. It has multiple meanings depending on the context again. So what does it mean here now? Let's look at it. Salutations to her who is eternal friend. Shashwata Bandhu. Eternal friend of Vedic knowledge. Vedic knowledge. And all other spiritual texts. So rather than mentioning one by one Purana, Itihasa, Shastra, English meaning has combined all together and said all other spiritual texts. Who is the eternal friend of that? Who is the eternal friend? Amma. Amma is the eternal friend of the Vedic knowledge and all other spiritual texts. Veda, Shastra, Purana, Itihas ki Shashwat Samarthak. In Hindi it says eternal, not just friend, eternal supporter. One who supports. That is also a good meaning, right meaning in this context. Not just a friend, a supporter. Shashwat Samarthak, eternal supporter. To that Amma, we bow down. Because friend always supports you. Friend, a real friend. A friend in need is a friend indeed. We always say that. An eternal friend who always supports the great teachings of Veda, Shastra, Purana, Itihasa. To that Amma we bow down. And it is so true. They are the real eternal friends of Sanatana Dharma. Let's listen to the mantra with the Shruti. Om Veda Shastra Purane Itihasa Shashwata Bandhave Namah. Om Veda Shastra Purane Itihasa Shashwata Bandhave Namah. Om Veda Shastra Purane Itihasa Shashwata Bandhave Namah. We have 3 more mantras. I'll try to go a little bit faster now, because most of these mantras are easy now. Om Bhrugukshetra, same word again, Bhrugukshetra, Samunmilat, Paradaivata. Don't say Samunmilata, it is Samunmilat, Paradaivata, Tejase, Namah. Om Bhrugukshetra, Samunmilat, Paradaivata, Tejase, Namah. Samunmilat, Paradaivata, Tejase, Namah. Meaning, Bhrugukshetra is same Kerala, the land of Malabar region, Bhrugukshetra. Samunmilat means to uplift, to bring up. Same meaning as previously we saw in one mantra. if you remember, here, Ujjihirsha, in 103, the last word, Ujjihirsha. Similar to that is this, Samunmilat. Samunmilat means to uplift, to bring up. It is not Samunmulan. It is not Samunmulat. It is Samunmilat. Those are two different meanings. It is not Samunmulat. It is Samunmilat. Unmulana means to destroy, to uproot. Unmulana. Unmilana means to uplift, to uphold. Samunmilat means to uplift, to uphold. Paradaivata. Paradaivata means belonging to divine. Divine. Paradaivata. Tejase. Tejas. Tejas means radiance, splendor. Now let's look at the meaning. Salutations to her, who is the divine glory. Divine glory. Paradaivata Tejase. Divine glory of awakening land. Samunmilat. Samunmilat. Awakening. Land of Kerala. Bhrugukshetra. In Hindi, Bhrugukshetra के विकसित होते परम दैवत चैतन्य रूपी अम्मा को नमस्कार. परम दैवत चैतन्य रूपी, तेजसे चैतन्य रूपी अम्मा को नमस्कार. What does the mantra basically trying to say is that now that Amma has taken incarnation in this form, now the land of Kerala is awakening again. And the divine glory behind this is all Amma. इस केरल प्रदेश, इस भृगु क्षेत्र के विकास में जिसका बहुत बड़ा हाथ रहा है और जिसका परम संकल्प और हाथ रहा है, वो अम्मा ही है, वो दैवत चैतन्य रूपी अम्मा. उन अम्मा को नमस्कार. You can see that this kind of mantra is repeated in various places in Ashtottara Shatanamavali. Because the poet, the mantrakara, knows the history of Kerala very well. He is a scholar. And he can feel how important it was for someone like Amma to be incarnated in the land of Kerala. He understands it. We don't know the history, so we may not appreciate it that much. बट वास्तव में अम्मा के वहां अवतरित होने से एक बहुत बड़ी आध्यात्मिक चेतना फिर से विकसित हुई है वहां पे. लेट्स लिसन टू द मंत्रा विद द श्रुति. ओम भृगुक्षेत्र समुन्मीलत परदैवत तेजसे नमः. ओम भृगुक्षेत्र समुन्मीलत परदैवत तेजसे नमः. ओम भृगुक्षेत्र समुन्मीलत परदैवत तेजसे नमः. Okay, mantra number 107, the second last. Now this is the smallest mantra of the entire Ashtottara Shatanamavali. 107. Om, Om, Devyai. Devyai, not Devye, not Devye, Devyai, Devyai Namah, Namah. Om Devyai Namah. Devi, it comes from Devi, Devyai. The Chaturthi Vibhakti, fourth declension is Devyai, of Devi. Devi, we all know, the great divine mother. So salutations to her who is the great divine mother. Devi Swarup Amma ko Namaskar. Even though the meaning looks very simple and the mantra is also very short, but it has a great connotation. It has a very deep meaning. That we must meditate on this fact that Amma is none other than the great divine mother. She is the divine mother. She is the Devi, the Parashakti. Salutations to her, that Parashakti, who has appeared in the form of Amma. Let's listen to the mantra with the Shruti. Om Devyai Namah. Om Devyai Namah. Om Devyai Namah. All right, with Amma's grace, we have reached the very last mantra. So now, the very last mantra. Om, Om, Premamrita-nandamayyai. Premamrita-nandamayyai. I will repeat. Premamrita-nandamayyai. Premamrita-nandamayyai. Nityam, Nityam. Namo Namah. Namo Namah. Om Premamrita-nandamayyai. Nityam Namo Namah. Salutations to her, who is full of divine love and immortal bliss. So one by one, if we look at the meaning, we'll see that. Prema, Prema. Prema means love. Love. Amrita, Amrita. Amrita means nectar. Nectar or Ananda after that. Amrita means nectar. Nectar or ambrosia. Amrita. Ananda, which is after that, means bliss. Bliss. Ananda. Happiness, bliss. The one who possesses that is Premamrita-nandamayi. Premamrita-nandamayi. And then Chaturthi Vibhakti of that is Premamrita-nandamayyai. Nityam. Nityam means always, eternally, continually. Nityam. Nityam. Namo Namaha. Namo Namaha. Now, this might look like two different words, but actually, they are the same words repeated twice. Actually, this is Namah and Namah again. Namah and Namah. But because of certain grammatical rules, Sandhi, the first Visarga, like here you have those two dots, the two dots which are actually supposed to be here, that changes to the sound O. Namo Namaha. Actually, it is Namah and Namah twice. So because of that Sandhi, grammatical Sandhi, the Sanskritam grammatical Sandhi, it becomes, because of that union, it becomes Namo Namah. So love, nectar, bliss, who is an embodiment of, who is full of divine love and immortal bliss. Nectar is not written here, but that meaning should be added. Nectar or ambrosia, who is an embodiment of that. To that Amma, I bow down. And that is true. Amma is the embodiment of selfless love. Amma is the nectar, the real nectar which we are all seeking. That is why, just like honeybees get attracted to the flower for the nectar, we also get attracted to Amma, like the bees. Because she is the real nectar, the divine nectar, our essence, our self. Ananda, bliss, happiness. When we go to her, when we seek her refuge, when we reach her lotus feet, that is the real Ananda, where we are one with our true self, our true friend. Right? So, Prema Amrita Nandamayi, Nityam Namo Nama. To that Amma, eternally I bow down. And Namo Namaha is to emphasize on that. Not just once. Namo Namaha. Namah, Namah. So 2 times means infinite. Nityam Namah, 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 Namah. You keep on going till infinity. Nityam Namah, Namah becomes Nityam Namo Namah. Infinite namaskars. It is not written in the meaning, but that is the actual meaning. Infinite prostrations, infinite salutations, infinite namaskar to that great Amma. Let's listen to the mantra 3 times with the Shruti. Om Premamritanandamayyai Nityam Namo Namah. Om Premamritanandamayyai Nityam Namo Namah. Om Premamritanandamayyai Nityam Namo Namah. Good. So with Amma's grace, we have finished all the 108 mantras without any interruption, with her grace. And tomorrow, as we already announced, we will be going through Amma's Dhyana Shloka of Ashtottara Shatanamavali. All right. Thank you so much. Any questions?
You, Swamiji. We have, what is the difference between save and save with the dot under the S? And does it change the meaning?
Oh, I think there is a message from Kalika again. The dot is on 100.
Is on 100, yeah.
Which is the 100 one? Can you repeat, please? I think 101 is nijapuṇya-pradānānya-pāpādāna-cikīrṣave. Oh, maybe that is the one she's talking about. Cikīrṣave. Okay. So that cikīrṣave, that S has a dot below, not above. So that means that's a retroflex, murdhanya. Retroflex shat, not sha. So your tongue, the tip of your tongue will be curved upwards little bit when you make that sound shat. Cikīrṣave, not cikīrṣave, not sh. The tongue has to be slightly twisted upwards. So, Om nijapuṇya-pradānānya-pāpādāna-cikīrṣave namaḥ. So that's a retroflex sh. Hope it is clear now.
We have, she says, does it change the meaning?
Of course. Suppose you write it with a dot above, that will mean cikīrṣave, not cikīrṣave. So there is nothing called cikīrṣave. And there is also nothing called cikīrṣave. So if you don't write any dot up or down, then it will become cikīrṣave. That is also meaningless. So definitely it will not change the meaning. It will make it meaningless. The only way it will have the right meaning is when it is written in the IST notation with that dot below the S. That means cikīrṣave. And I already told you the meaning. Cikīrshu. It comes from cikīrshu, which means one who's desiring to do something or wishing to do something. Cikīrshu.
Swamiji, I think that's the end of the Q&A session.
Thank you.
Thank you, Swamiji.
Thank you. Namaskaram.
Namaskar.
Namaskaram. Good night. Namaskar.
अमृतस्य पुत्रा वयं शृण्वन्तु अमृतस्य पुत्रा